Hello, hello. You'll notice it's a little bit different today. I am having massive tech issues and I do not even understand what's going on. I've tried multiple cameras, it's not working. So I'm just jumping on now. I'm gonna be able to see my face. We're just gonna have to do the craft today because I can't fix it and the text already went out. So this is kind of what happens when you're dealing with the enemy. Things just don't want to work. I am going to the page right now. I just want to make sure that it be at least read on the page and that you can see and you can hear. And the sound is really bad. So hopefully it holds up. We've been having massive issues with the shipping system this morning. Hey, Angelia. Um, Nothing is working today, but it's not going to stop us. We're just going to go on here and we're going to make this work. And we're going to craft today. Hold on. I just want to see which internet okay. I'm just trying to see where okay. We got a little bit better signal now. Okay. We're not waiting any longer. We're going to jump in here. I have dropped the number 3 holiday drop this morning. It went live to the members and it is already flying off the shelves. So here is a little sneak peek to what we're going to be crafting today. We are going to be making coasters. So holiday drop number 3 is our Sacred Seasons coaster maker. So that's what I'm going to show you today. So these are going to be sold in the actual, just the transfers by themselves. And then of course we have a kit put together for you. So let's bust into the transfers. So if you love the Sacred Seasons ornament maker, and from the looks of the orders coming in, these are going to fly just as fast. So I would not sit on these. If you remember, as soon as we release to the public, I do expect these to sell out so quick. So what we have is Sacred Seasons coaster maker. I almost said transfer maker. That's not a thing. Coaster maker. So these are perfectly sized 4x4 coasters. So you've got 2 here that are similar, like the background similar, but it is a little bit different. And in the Thanks Be to God theme. And then you also have some other transfers over here that you can use separately. Thanks be to God. We've got the holly in here, the poinsettias. We've got the cardinals. Linda, I know you're waiting for those. We've got some pine cones. So that's sheet number 1. So this makes 2 square coasters plus extra graphics to either use on the coaster. Ooh, Cindy's trying to decide how many to get. Cindy, you just jumped on, girl. Do not wait. These are flying already. And the email only went out like an hour ago. And I just posted in the group. And they're jumping in. Elizabeth, I saw your order. Elizabeth has the record for how many right now that she ordered. I saw your order come in, Elizabeth. I had to yell to Megan. I'm like, who is this? It's Elizabeth. Because I see the order total amount, and then I have to go in and see how many you ordered. But yeah, Elizabeth, you have scored yours. You're good. Okay, so that's sheet number 1. Then sheet number 2, we brought back the Cling to What is Good. So I know a lot of you love the rice paper version of this. So we brought it into, hey Rosie, we brought it into the coasters. So again, these are sized 4x4 for wooden coasters. So that also you have extra graphics over here, Cling to What is Good. You've got the piece here. Again, this is from the gift tag version of this. You've got more poinsettias in here. We've got some more cardinals in here. And then we've got some actual gift tags that you could use if you get the kit. You're welcome, Elizabeth. I love this. Elizabeth says, thank you for always taking care of this. Of course, that's what I'm here for, ladies. So these tags, you could actually, if you get the kit, it comes with the canvas bag, and I'll show you that here in a minute. But we've got some gift tags here. And then the third sheet, we brought into the nativity. So again, you might recognize the background and these designs. These are from the rice paper coaster versions that we had. We took and put them into transfers. These are actually bigger than a 3x3 because when I made that coaster, I noticed there is a lot. So I think these went a little bit over the 3x3, but it's fine. You're going to have a little bit to work with, a little bit more to work with. Then we also have some verses over here for Unto Us a Child is Born. We've got the joy graphic that is inside here separate. You could use that. These would be great for card making, other gifts. You can use them on the canvas, all the things. Some verses here: for unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. We've got the nativity star here, and then we've got another version here. You could use these for ornaments. You can use these for cards. So many things. So that is the Sacred Season Coaster Maker set. And then we also put together a kit for you. So if you're like, I don't have the coasters, I need all the things, we have got you right here in this box. So I'm going to go ahead and unbox it for you. So in the set, you're obviously going to get the full set of transfers, and then you're going to get 2 square transfers. So we have 2 of the square runs right here. Then you're going to get 2 of the round transfers, and you're also going to get, so these are in wood, and then we're also have given you the canvas gift bags again. What kind of coasters are best? Angelia, you can use, it depends on what you want. You can use wood or ceramic. So that's why in the kit, I kind of gave you both. So I'm going to demonstrate both today, but it just kind of depends on the look that you want. So these ones are our ceramic coasters in the square. We also carry them in the round as well. And I do notice, I think Elizabeth, you might have been one, I can't remember, that ordered extra coasters. Those are available on there too. So these ones have the cork backing. Now the wooden ones actually come with the little feet. So you'll have the little like round feet here. You're going to pop those off and put them on the back of it to protect your countertop. So that's what's in the little bag, just the feet, your treat, and your card. And then it's also going to come with another precision transfer tool because this is going to make it easier to work with. Now the transfers do come with the plastic little scraper tool. When I did these the other day, because this is a full graphic transfer, they're very easy to apply. So you're going to see that here in just a minute. So I'm going to grab one of each here. And we're going to go through and do one set of these right now. And then I'll probably jump back on Thursday when they go live to everybody else. So if you're a member, these are available now. Do not wait. I do not think these will hang around based on the orders that have come through already. For everyone else, they're going to be available Thursday at 10 a.m. So set your alarm for that one, because if the ornament makers are any are similar, if they're similar to the ornament makers, which it looks like they are, they're going to sell out over the weekend. This is another new release for us, so I wasn't sure if you would love them or not. Like, I didn't know, so I only ordered the minimum again, you guys. I'm sorry. I only ordered the minimum again because I just wasn't sure. This is what happens. Okay, so I made these 3 already, so I'm going to pick a different 3. So I'm going to do this one, and I'll do this one, and then I'll do the joy one. So these are so easy. We'll do the wood first. So all we're going to do is we're just going to cut out the design that we're going to use. Now you want to be careful around this one. I don't want to ruin the little poinsettia because I'll probably use that for something else. Like, this is how easy these are. Like, I don't think there's an easier way to make coasters, honestly. Okay, so since it's all one giant graphic, like, you don't want to touch any of this, but since it's all one giant graphic, these ones, what I was actually doing when I was doing them is I was putting it down face first. You can do it the other way, but you can't see through the graphic. So for me, it was easier to get it on here by just pushing it down like this. So that's how I was doing them. Now we're going to flip it over, and we're going to go through and do, actually, I'm going to pull it off a little bit here. Hold on. I didn't get the top centered very well. We'll see if it'll let me take it off. See, this is what happens when you get a little bit too. We'll see if I can get it off. If I can't get it off, I'm going to show you how we're going to fix it, because this can happen. Oh, so far we're getting lucky. We'll see. It is wanting to stick. Ooh, doggy. Okay, so you can see a little bit of wrinkling there, but it's okay. So if you can't get it back off, what we could do is the same thing that I did here. We can take some antiquing to the edges. So don't panic if you don't get it off. The problem is I can't stick my head over. So I'm going to go ahead and stick my head over. If you see the top of my head, I'm sorry. I was trying not to stick my top of my head on there, but I think we need to make sure that I get it all the way on there this time. All right, there we go. So you don't want to see any of the wood. All right, now we can go through and we can press this on. So again, the first time you put it on there, just lightly press in case you need to readjust it. Now these are going to have a tiny bit of overlap, which is good because that's going to help us pull it off. But when I do these, I do kind of hit these edges a little bit. So that's, you can see like it's already trying to release there. So you do want to go around the edges because we're going to come back and we're going to sand those off. All right, so I'm going to make sure I get it nice and good. Around the edges because I want to get a piece where I can start lifting. Okay, so now we can literally just peel it off. Okay. Now, we are going to have some little edging in here because this graphic is a little bit bigger than the other one. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back through here and we're just going to sand it off. So again, we just sand off the edges. Now you have some options on the wood as well. You can stain the edges. You can paint the edges. You can leave the edges raw like I did on this one too. So here's your coaster. Now what we are going to want to do with these is we are going to want to seal these. So this is the seal that I use. You don't have to use this brand, but what we're looking for is high temperature, and this is an engine enamel spray. It's super stinky. You do not do this indoors. Basically what you're looking for is anything up to 550 degrees Fahrenheit. You're going to want to coat them with this. So what I do is I take them outside, like on a box or something, and you're going to do one light spray, let it sit 24 hours, do another light spray, let it sit another 24 hours, and then your coaster will be sealed, and so that the design won't get ruined. Because you have to think, when we put coffee cups on it or beverages on it, you're going to have that condensation. You don't want the condensation to come up and like ruin your graphic. So you do want to seal with these. So I would seal it first, and then I would put the little feet on it. Okay, so we've got one done there. Let's go. Now you can also like layer graphics. So if you wanted to go through and you wanted to add more flowers to it, or you wanted to add like one of the little birds or something else, you can add more graphics on top of it. So that's kind of where you can get in and customize that. Cindy agrees. Yes, super stinky, but easy to use. Yeah, do not spray this inside, you guys. This is outside, and I would be careful even spraying it in your garage. Like I spray it outside in the sun, let it sit, and then I'll bring it into the garage for overnight. But yeah, this stuff is so stinky. So it is highly toxic. So just be careful. Be careful with that. Okay, the next one we're gonna do is a wood one. So since it's round, we're gonna go in here, and I already did the for Unjust a Child is Born. So I'm gonna go through and do this other one. Now again, this one is a little bit bigger. It gives you a little bit more excess to play with. So let's see if I can get it centered better this time. Again, you could do it the other way if you want to put it over. I just thought this, woo! All right, I'm having a heck of a time today, I swear. Nothing is working. Liz has a great idea. She just bought 3 sets. She's so excited. She has a picnic table that's outside work table. I love that idea. I love that, Liz. That's what I need. I'm using a box on top of my trash can. We're super professional over here. Okay, so the biggest thing that we want to do is try and make sure we get as much of the wording on as possible, because there is, because the graphic is a little bit bigger than 3" on these ones, we are going to lose a little bit of the graphic just on the edges. We're going to lose a little bit of the J. We're going to lose a little bit of the Y. So we're going to go through and do this one. Now, last time I just sanded off all of the edge. I might actually try snipping it. I'm going to see if this works. This may not work. We'll see. But I want to see if I can get some of that wrap around the side. So you can see, like, I sanded it and I did some Dixie Belle on the edges there. I just want to see, because we have so much extra on this one, let's just see if we can wrap it. This could be a total fail. We'll find out here in a minute. I'm going to go through and I'm going to do each of these one at a time. I need something to push these on. All right, so see, that's working. We're getting it down. So I'm going to go through each one of these sections that I cut, and I'm just going to work it down. So this gives you another option if you don't want to sand it, if you want more of a little bit of a wrapping look. All right, and this, before I go any further, I'm going to make sure I got the middle really good. So just do them one at a time. And this seems to be working well with my fingers. So I don't know that the tool would be too much help here, unless you do that. Okay, so it started to catch a little bit. So I just wanted to straighten it back down. I'm really liking this wrap look. Much better than my the other one I did. Okay, so see how it's like just caught a little bit? So we're just gonna gently put the tool in there to straighten it back out. Again, the precision transfer tool, it's my favorite. Also, we just found a manufacturer for them. I had been buying them from various manufacturers. We just found a manufacturer to make them specifically for us. And I just got the shipment in today, and the quality of the ones that just came in is phenomenal. This one's a little bit bendy, but all of the new kits are going to have the new stronger ones in there. So super excited. Oh, Elizabeth has a question, if any of you can answer that for her, because I have not done anything on a mirror. Anyone tried to seal a project on a mirror? I can't find any sealant that won't leave a film on the mirror. Now, the only thing I would think is if you used Mod Podge and only went over the actual design, like with a, whatchamacallit, like with a brush or something. Okay, this last little one caught a little bit. Okay, so I probably could have scooted the design over a little bit. So again, learn from me. But we're just going to take that off. And then we can go through here and just smooth out any other wrinkles. Like, you can really work this. Even with your your other tool. I don't know where the other one went. Okay, so here's another one. So again, I would scoot this design a little bit over so maybe get a little bit more of the J into it. But I do like the wrapped look. And again, we could take our if you wanted to go in here a little bit more aggressively, you could go in here and really like work all these little wrinkles out. Just make sure that you use the film that comes off of it as a protector so that you're not like scraping off the design. But that's what you're going to want to do if you don't want as many wrinkles, which you can't really see them on here. This is me just being super picky. And you could also come back over it and you could antique the edge too. You could still take the Dixie Belle or whatever wax you have and go over the edge. Super simple. All right, so there's another one. And then we'll go back to the wood. Oh wait, we already did wood. We need to go back and do ceramic. Oh, because I've got one ceramic and one wood of this one. I got confused for a second, but that's why. Okay, so we'll go do the ceramic. So our ceramic tiles, they're gonna come whatchamacallit, blank on both sides. Now do be careful because this mat right here, I have some glitter on it from a previous project. So I want to make sure that there's nothing actually on my tile in between the design, or that will be like it'll be under the design. Hey Norma, I saw your order come in too already. Welcome. And then it comes with the cork backing. So again, you don't want to put any of the backings on until you have completely sealed it. So you've done your 2 coats. Again, for those just joining us, you do want to seal these if you're using them as coasters, okay? So you don't have to buy this brand, but what you're looking for is a high temp engine enamel. This one's in gloss. So that means after I spray them, they're going to be glossy. But the biggest thing to look for is up to this 550 degrees Fahrenheit. That's what you want. And that's what's going to protect the coaster so that you can use it as a coaster. Or for those of you that are reselling, you want to make sure that when they put their a glass of iced tea on here, it doesn't just, go down and ruin the design. So again, spray this outside, 1 light coat, let it sit 24 hours, another light coat, let it sit 24 hours. And that's whether you use the wood or the ceramic. So it looks like I did this top one already because I can tell from all the stripes over here. So I'm going to do this other one that has the stripes on the other side. And again, we're just going to cut these out and then maybe I'll layer some other designs on this one because this one has some room to layer. All right, so we just cut. Again, make sure that there's nothing because like this one has some glitter stuck on it. So make sure there's nothing on your tile. That same goes for the wood. So like I said before, if you want to do it this way, you can. I've just been doing it this way so I can see better, which seems to be working better off camera than it is on camera, but you know how it goes. All right, making sure that's my clear side. Again, apologies if you're looking at my head. Now, it seems like when I get, once I get it down, I move a little bit up. So this has like a tiny little white line, but it's okay. Again, I did not do the antiquing on I haven't tried it on the porcelain, so I'm going to go through and do that to this one. Now, the only thing that's a little bit stinky about the porcelain is when we go to sand off the edges, for me at least, it makes this atrocious sound that's like, makes my teeth hurt. I don't know, it's just one of those like scraping sounds that is not my favorite at all. So again, since this is a full design, it's going to release like super easy because it's just one giant graphic. So then we're going to take this, and this sound just gives me, I don't know if you can see it, like the hairs stand up on my arm. It's like such a crazy sound. So if you do peel it, just make sure it's not attached before you start peeling, or you could peel part of your graphic off. And then just make sure as you're rubbing it, don't press down on this end if you don't want it to be wrapped around. So again, just getting the extras off. This end is fine because that matched up, and then I think I have just a teeny bit here. So this is just the sanding block that I'm using. I think it's called a finger sander. And that's just going to clean up the edges so that we have the design just right on the front there. And this edge was so tiny, I kind of just have to keep sanding it. There wasn't enough to like peel off. All right, so we're going to come through with this one, and let's add some wax. So I've got my Dixie Belle in Best Dang Brown, and I've got my plate here because we don't want to apply a lot. And there's like actually like a lot on this plate. So I feel like we could use kind of what we have here. So I'm just going to stick my brush in what I already have and come through here and hit it. And what this is going to do is it's going to help to age it a little bit. Now I still had some of the graphic there, so I'm just peeling it off with my finger. And then I am going over the front edge a little bit. It's making such a loud noise. Oh, Cindy, that is a great, oh, nails on a chalkboard. Yes, Liz, that's what it sounds like. So Cindy has a great question. For those that resell, is there a formula that you use for figuring out prices on the coasters? Now, I think Liz someone had asked a question about pricing the ornaments. And I think Liz had said, was it $5, Liz? I don't remember. But that's a great question. So any of you that sell coasters, if you can give Cindy some help for pricing the coasters, the ones that I've seen in other groups that people are selling, they are selling them as a set, which is part of why I designed them as a set so that you get 2 of each, so that you would have a set if you were going to resell or if you were going to gift. You have a set that you can gift. So they're like similar, but not exactly the same. Honestly, I thought exactly the same would be kind of boring. So that's why we did it. That's why I didn't go with that. I'm just adding a little bit more wax here. I think I've used everything I had on the plate there. So again, just hitting the edges of the front. And then you could come up over the whole graphic if you wanted to. But I'm probably just going to leave it just like that. So you can see how we've kind of played into the aging along the edge of this. Okay, so Liz has some advice, which Liz does a lot of events, so this is great. So $5 for the ornaments as a set for ornaments or coasters. I would do 4 or 5 to a set and sell for 20. Perfect. I love that. I love that. Liz says she likes the edging. Me too, Liz. I think it gets, so this is one, like, granted, this one is on the porcelain. This one is on the wood. So it's not the same, but you can tell like the difference between when you antique wax and you don't. Yes, so this is the Dixie Belle Best Dang Wax in Brown. I just got this at a local vendor. It was like a, what do you call it? Like an antique type store, but where they have booths. So they do have local vendors. It's cheaper if you can get it from a local vendor or directly from Dixie Belle online. Amazon does carry it, but it's cost more on Amazon. I don't know why. Probably to cover their Amazon fees. But I just went to a local booth and found it. Now you can go to Dixie Belle's website and search your location to see if there's a vendor that has it locally. The first one I ordered, I think this is the one I got. I had to look at the bottom. This is the one I got from the booth. The second one, I ordered the black, and I ordered it directly from Dixie Belle. I don't like the black as much. I like the brown, but I think it's just because I like the brown edging, the brown look for the antiquing. The black was just a little bit too harsh for me, so was not a fan of the black. Now for the backs, so again, you'd want to seal this first. If you're just jumped on, this is what I recommend. Not necessarily this brand, but a high temperature engine enamel. I use gloss. What you're looking for is 550 degrees Fahrenheit. 2 coats, spray it outside, 1 light coat, let it sit 24 hours, and then another light coat. Now, this one is not sealed, obviously, because I just made it. But I'm just going to show you how easy it is to do the back. Now, you could wrap your antiquing around if you want. I mean, it's the back. No one's going to see it. But basically, this is how easy it is. You're just going to pull off this backing, the cork backing. One side is sticky, one side isn't. And then you're just, again, after you seal it, you're just going to go ahead and put the backing on. So if you don't wrap the edging around, you can see this is how much of the tile that you're going to see without with the cork backing. And so that's going to protect the countertops. These do come, if you get the kit, it does come with the gift bag. Let me find it here. It does come with the gift bag. So if you were going to give a couple of these, you could actually, put them in here and give them as a gift, just like this. Any of them will fit in here. So if you want to do the wood ones, if you want to do the porcelain ones, they all fit in here. So the other thing that we can do, so I didn't show you the feet. So for the wood ones, you'd want to use the little feet that come with it. So keep in mind, we actually had to hand cut all these strips. So I'm noticing on this one, it's like a half foot. It's not like the whole foot. So have some grace with us on the little feet for these, but the thing is they should all match. So they're all going to be this little half foot. So I'm just going to put them on there so that it looks like that's the way that it was supposed to be. Problem solved, right? So these are what you're going to put. Again, you're going to want to seal this first before you put the feet on. But there you go. So now this one would have the stuff so it protects the counter. So you can also do the actual gift bag. So let's do that next. We can do pretty much anything we want on here, like any of these designs, to figure out which one. I feel like we should do a cardinal because I know everyone's waiting for the cardinals. Did Linda even make the live? Let's see. Liz says she plans on using the bags when selling them as a set. I also plan on decorating the bag front and back and putting my business name. I love that, Liz. Liz is all on. She's got her events all scheduled, and she's been tapped in. I just sent her. She just had a large order that went out yesterday. I had to put it in an Amazon box. It was so big. Okay, so now that we're doing it on the canvas is going to take a little bit more elbow grease, okay? When you're doing any type of fabric, you have to work it in a little bit harder. So you can see from the graphic where the sticky parts is, just make sure that you don't touch any of that. And then basically you're just going to want to put it on here. I like to stay a little bit lower because when we close it, we're going to lose like all of this part. And if that makes it easy for you to figure out where to put the graphic, then maybe close it. Because otherwise, I've made the mistake of going too high. And then when I close it, like my graphics all wonky. So push that a little bit. But so I tend to stay a little bit more towards the bottom for the gift bag ones. Okay, and this is where you're definitely going to want to have your precision transfer tool. This tool that comes with it is great for like glass and anything like that. But when we're trying to work these into the fibers of the fabric, you really need like something stronger to really get it worked in. Now the challenge on this one is going to be all these little pine needle things. They are one connected graphic, but it seems to be like those are the ones that want to stick onto the sheet and not go onto the actual canvas. All right, so we'll start with this one. We'll see if we're getting them on there or not. Always start to peel from the part of the graphic that is the full, like this is a whole, this whole thing right here is all one design, where these are like a little bit smaller pieces. And again, the fabric is the most challenging. Liz can probably tell you. The fabric, you need patience, which I only do these, I don't usually do the fabric on a live because it does take a minute to like get it in there. And then obviously you don't want to peel too early. All right, we're starting to release there. Now the fabric, you can seal the fabric as well. I would recommend the fabric Mod Podge. I wouldn't put it through the washing machine or anything, because I have people ask if you can use these on like towels, like, you know, kitchen towels and stuff. Yes, you can, but I would not think it's going to make it through the actual washing machine. I think it would just come off because it's just vinyl that we've rubbed on. There's no like heat or anything. Which I forgot, Southern Designs and Finds, when Yvonne does these, she actually heats them up first and they release better. So I could have tried that today and didn't think about it. Once we get it start lifting, we'll be good, but it's just making sure that it's on there. Fabric is not for the faint of heart. There we go. All right, so I've got that, but I still got to come through here and get these little pieces to stick. Because basically you're working the graphic into all the little individual fibers that are crisscrossed on this thing. So that's why it takes a little bit more to get it off. It looks amazing once you get it on there, but getting it on there takes a little bit of patience. Bye, Angelia. Thank you so much for watching. In the end, use your roller tool to make sure it's all smooth. Oh, that's a good idea. I don't even have one of those in here. I should. So again, this project would be a little bit higher intensive than the coasters, but I did want to show that it's another option. There we go. It just took a little bit of a minute. So this is what she's saying to make sure that it's all smooth, because you can see, it might not be easy for you to see, but there's a couple of these little ends that aren't pushed all the way down. So I just want to make sure that they're all the way down. And there we go. So now we have like our matching gift bag that we can either use for another gift, or we could put a couple of our coasters in here and sell them as a set, or we can gift them again after we seal them. So Barbara bounced on here. She resells on Etsy and she's not having much luck. Suggestions. How many views are you getting? Are you getting views to your store, Barbara? Let me know that. I'll have to read my email when it's over. Hey, Wendy. Liz puts her products for her booth in crates on wheels, saves her back. That's a great idea. I know on Etsy, just from being on Etsy for a few years, the titles and tags and photos are everything on Etsy. So making sure that you have the prettiest photos that you can take, making sure that you have photos that show it in use. Like you'll notice when Okay, Barbara, you're not getting many views. All right, so that has to do with your titles, your tags, and your photos. So let me do some research because I have an app I actually use. It's called eRank. It's $9 a month, but it helps you with titles, tags, and to see what's trending. Like, what are people searching? Because that's really what you need to know is like, what are people searching? And they might not be searching for coasters. They might be searching for handmade gifts or handmade coffee lover, or, you know, I don't know what exactly they're searching, but we want to make sure that whatever they're searching for is in the titles and tags in the group, or in the group, in your titles and tags. You want to make sure whatever it is searching for is in there. So I like eRank for that because it'll actually show you what's trending and what's hot. And that'll help you because traffic's everything. And then the other thing is the photos have to be like as amazing as you can get them to be. So you'll see in the product listing for these, I actually have one photo that shows the coffee cup on it so that you can see that this is a coaster. Things like that really help because you literally only have split seconds to catch their attention before they like scroll on to the next thing. So okay, yeah, so if your photos are excellent, then I would look at your titles and tags and you figure out what it is that they're searching for. The other thing that you can do is you can go on to Etsy in an incognito browser and you can start searching related, like search coaster Etsy and see what populates underneath in that little box underneath it. Like just start typing coaster Etsy and see what other suggestions come up underneath that. And that'll tell you what people are searching for as well. Those are my Etsy tips for today. So hopefully that helps. But I'm going to go back through and show you the ones that we made here. So we've got these two are porcelain. These two are our wooden ones. We've got one that has the feet on it, one that doesn't. These still need to be sealed. So Liz has some other tips here. Liz says tagging likes and loves helps a lot. Ask your family and friends to go on your site and tag every picture. It raises your stats. That's a great idea. And for those of you that are in the members group, maybe we can do something like that where you guys can help each other's listings because that's what the private community is all about. Okay, so for those of you that if you jumped on late, you are going to need to get some kind of spray to seal this. So again, it doesn't have to be this one. I do think I actually have a spray tagged in my Amazon favorites list. But what you're looking for is a ninja. You're looking for a ninja. You're looking for an engine enamel. It doesn't have to be clear, or it does have to be clear. It doesn't have to be gloss. They may have a matte. I'm not sure. I just grabbed the gloss because that's what they had. I got this at Lowe's a couple years ago, so it's old. But basically, the most important thing that you're looking for, besides high temperature, is this up to 550 degrees. That's the important part. Doesn't matter gloss or matte or any of that. Just make sure it's clear and it's up to 550 degrees. You're going to do one light coat. Yeah, Cindy, you just need to seal the top. I just do the top and, kind of get around the edges the best you can. Just a light coat and then let it sit 24 hours. Do a second light coat. Let it sit for 24 hours. And then you should be able to store them without them sticking to each other. Because if you, the process is the same for Mod Podge. But if you Mod Podge a coaster and then you don't seal it and you stack it, they'll start sticking to each other. I learned that the hard way. So make sure they're fully cured before you stack them. I would even leave them out there a couple days to make sure they're completely cured. We're here in Arizona, it's a little bit hotter, so I can get away with the 24 hours, but just make sure that they're fully sealed before you stack them. But yeah, then you're good to go. So I'll go through the transfers again. So you get the 3 sets. So you have, just to show you what the other one is here. So you have the Cling to What Is Good 2 versions. So this makes 2 square coasters. You've got the gift tags down here with the cardinals, more cardinals. Again, more other designs that you can use. These can be card making. These can be ornaments. You can layer these on if you wanted to layer like the wording on top of it. We can do that, which I didn't show you. I need to show you that. We'll do it on We'll do it on this wooded one here. But then you also have, oops, that's the wrong one. You also have the nativity one. So we've got these two versions. For unto us a child is born, the joy graphic by itself, the verse here of the whole verse of for unto us a child is born. We've got a nativity star and another round graphic here. Hey Diane, Elizabeth, did you say the coasters are double-sided or no? They are double-sided. You could do both sides and not do the feet. That's a total, that you could totally do that, Elizabeth. So the ones that come with it, they're not going to have anything on the back. So yeah, you can do either side. And then same with the tile. The tile looks this way, both. So if you didn't want to do the feet, you do both sides for sure. I don't know why I just put that comment back up, but yeah, so you totally could. Okay, and then the last one is the Thanks Be to God, and they're very similar, but the background's a little bit different. So you've got this one that has the lines on the left, this one has the lines on the right, so they're matching, but they're not exactly the same. And then you've got the extra graphics here, Thanks Be to God. You've got your holly berries, your poinsettias. We brought in the pine cones back because I know you ladies love your pine cones. I'll move that up a little bit. And then the other graphic that was on here is what we used for the bag here, which is the cardinal bird. So let me show you really quick on how you can layer. So again, I'm going to use the wooden one here. These are not sealed yet. So if we wanted to, we can go in here and we can add additional graphics. So let me just find that later. Maybe I got to find one that's not going to cover my wording any. Maybe I'll just do this poinsettia here. Poinsettia, is that correct? How many coasters come with it? That's a great question, Lori. Hello, I see that you just popped in. So the coasters in the kit, you're gonna get 2 round, you're gonna get pretty much everything you see here. You're gonna get 2 round, 2 wood. So the rounder wood, I have to touch them here. This 2 wood squares and 2 tile squares. The tiles come with the cork backing for both of them. And then the wooden ones come with the little feet that you can use for all of them. So you get 6 coasters in the coaster set. So you'll have everything you need to make all of the big coasters, and then you'll have left over, and then you also get the gift bag as well. So you'll have the gift bag that you can send them in, and then you'll have all these leftover graphics that come on the side here to use for other projects, to use for ornaments, to use for cards. All right, so I'm just gonna cut this little poinsettia here, and we're gonna just layer this on here because this does have like poinsettias in the background. So I feel like this matches this good. All right, so I'm gonna figure out where to put it here. We're just gonna peel it off. Do you see me trying to take my trying to keep my work desk clean here? I'm putting stuff in the trash. All right, so we're just gonna put her on there. So this is just another example. You can layer these up if you want to. Again, before you seal, you'd want to do this before you seal. But this one's gonna come off way easier because it's just going right on the design there. So you can't even see that. Like it just goes right over it. So you can make them custom, you know, however you want to add them. You could add other wordings if you wanted to on them. You could take these pieces and do other coasters if you had additional coasters. But that is the coaster maker set. So again, you can get the transfers by themselves, or you can get the whole kit. So the whole kit comes with the 6 coasters. Sorry. So that's my door. We'll someone just rang the doorbell. I don't know how to. So these are live. Oh my gosh. So these are available now. So sorry. You guys, stop. These are available now to members. Check your email and check your in the private member group for your code and your link, and then they'll be available to everyone else on Thursday at 10 a.m. So I don't figure out who's trying to tell me something at my door. But thank you so much for watching. I'll jump on here with any questions later. If you have any questions, let me know. But these are Sacred Season Coaster Maker. Oh, I can't even imagine, Liz. I do. I'm so excited about these. And if you love these, then you're going to love another one of our drops coming soon. Again, we're dropping each week. So each week we're going to have new stuff for you. We did do the minimum order on these. So I can't guarantee they're going to last past when they go public. So if you're members, please grab whatever you want now. I will, if we have to reorder, we can try. But I can tell you right now, just from my reorders, the stuff is not getting here as fast. So like our refill shipment of the ornament makers stuck in Alaska right now. So wrap this up. Thank you so much. And until next time, happy crafts.